What's up, fitness method athletes? Coach Alexis here. Welcome to the month of March. It's a new month for some of you. You might have new goals, new commitments, new things you want to work on in your fitness journey. I'm here to kick off your strength training for the weekend, for the month. We're going to get kicked off with Monday. So for Monday's strength training, you guys are going to start with a little bit of activation. You're going to start with banded monster walks, okay? We have done banded monster walks before. You guys have front squats in today's session a little bit later. So these monster walks are gonna prime you for those front squats. They're gonna wake up your glutes, activate your glutes, and they're actually going to also put you in the position that you wanna be in for the front squat, which is thinking about pushing your knees out on every rep, okay? So for your monster walks, these are gonna be 4 sets of 20 reps per direction. All right, so you wanna think about pushing your knees out the whole time. So as I go ahead and set into this nice athletic stance, my knees are already tracking out, and I would just step out to the side, noticing that my knees are pushing out on the outside of my big toes with every step that I take. So it's gonna be 4 sets of 20 that direction, as well as 4 sets of 20 this direction. Okay, so you would do 20 in one direction, 20 in the other, and that is 1 set. Okay, again, you wanna think about pushing those knees out. Those knees are gonna be out over your big toe. Even the opposite direction. So if I'm stepping into the right direction, my left knee is still tracing out on the outside of my left big toe. Okay, so both legs should be activated and should be engaged the entire time you are doing these monster walks. Again, you guys have paused front squats later, so these are gonna activate for those paused front squats, because look what happens when I start to squat now. Okay, I'm pushing my knees on the outside of that big toe the whole time. So again, these monster walks are gonna activate your glutes, they're gonna wake them up, and they're gonna help you be in the right position that you wanna be in for your paused front squats later in today's session. All right, the next movement we're gonna go over are cable scap rows. You guys are gonna superset your 4 sets of 20 banded monster walks with 4 sets of 12 cable scap rows. These cable scap rows are gonna prime you guys and warm you up for the bent over rows that are to come later. Because when we're doing a bent over row, we want to think about getting that scap squeeze as we're bringing the bar up toward the chest. That's what this cable scap row is going to do, okay? It's going to help you feel that squeeze in your upper back or in your lower traps without shrugging up into your shoulders. So again, it's going to pull you down into your lower traps, and it's going to give us that squeeze that we're going to need and that we're going to want to feel when we get into the bent over rows. So you guys are going to want a close grip handle. So you see I've got this little triangle one here. I'm going to have myself seated on the bench with my feet up on the bar. I'm going to be in a nice tall vertical position. My core is packed. My core is tight. My scaps are packed and down. I'm going to think about bringing that cable again just back. Notice I'm not pulling with the arms, but it's just with my scaps. Just as if we would do it with a scapular pull-up, now we're doing it with a scap row. Noticing I'm not pulling up here into my shoulders, all right, and into my neck. Everything is down and back. And I'm going to row. I'm going to feel that nice big squeeze in my lower traps and in my back. And then I'm going to bring it back forward. You guys can pause kind of back here if you want to for a second. Feel that hold, feel that squeeze, feel what you need to feel, and then come back. Again, this is going to be 4 sets of 12 reps. And it is going to be superset in between your banded monster walks. All right, here we are. Remember how I said those monster walks are going to translate into your front squats that are to come? Well, here they are. All right, your next movement we're going to go over are your pause front squats. This is going to be the 3rd exercise that you are going to do for Monday's strength training. These pause front squats are going to be 3 sets of 7 reps. These can be building, they can be across, kind of based on feel for you. Again, it's 7 reps of a pause. This isn't going to be the heaviest thing in the world. We're not looking for you guys to max out on this. It's probably going to be on the lighter side for most of you. 7 reps is a lot for a pause. So again, you guys are going to want to notice when you're on the strength training side, pay attention to what barbell you have. The squat barbells, most of them have this yellow ring on them or the yellow tape line. So again, you have the chart on the back wall behind me. Make sure you guys pay attention to which barbell you do use, and pay attention as well to how much they weigh. So let's note that this barbell, the squat barbell, the one with the yellow tape, is going to be a 45-pound barbell. So for my females, you're used to loading a 35-pound bar. This one weighs 45 now. So make sure you guys are noting those things when you guys are doing your strength training and you're adding up your weights and you're posting your scores, that you guys include the weight of this barbell into it and the fact that it is a little bit heavier, and you're making sure you are using the proper one on this side. So again, pause front squats, 3 sets of 7 reps. You guys are going to pause at the bottom of it. I'm going to take the barbell off the rack in my front rack position. For most of us, it's going to be our hands just on the outside of the smooth part of the bar. Some of us might be a little bit wider. It just kind of depends on each athlete. So I'm going to unrack it, put it in that front rack position. Okay, my feet are going to be just outside, hips width apart. Okay, again, kind of depending on the person. I'm going to go ahead and squat down. I'm going to think about pausing in the bottom, driving up. Again, the feeling that we had with those monster walks of pushing the knees out, we want that feeling in these paused front squats. So it'll be 2, 3, all the way down below parallel. 4, keeping a nice vertical torso as I drive up. 5, 6, and 7. Okay, you guys noticed as I was coming up, I never rounded my back, I never scooped, I never arched, anything like that. And I also stayed nice and engaged. Okay, so at the bottom, I didn't have a butt wink, I didn't lose tension. I stayed nice and tight. My core was tight as I drove up out of those pause front squats. Again, those are gonna be 3 sets of 7 reps. Immediately after every set of your pause front squats, you guys have 5 vertical jump squats. So as soon as I rack that barbell from my pause front squats, I'm immediately going into 5 vertical jump squats. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I can rest. That would be 1 full set. My 7 pause front squats, thinking about a significant pause in the bottom of that squat, into my 5 vertical jump squats. These are gonna tax your legs a little bit, they're gonna gas you a little bit, and then you guys can sit down, and that would be 1 set. Again, you have 3 total sets, 3 sets of 7 pause front squats, pausing at the bottom, superset with 3 sets of 5 vertical jump squats immediately after. So I know some supersets we tell you guys that you can rest in between a little bit. This one, nah, you're going straight into it. So rack that barbell from your front squats, head straight into those vertical jump squats, and then you can rest. And that is your front squat, vertical jump squat complex there. The next triplet of exercises that we are going to go over for Monday strength training are going to be deadlifts, bent over rows, and barbell or roller rollouts. Okay, so we're going to start with our deadlift. You guys are going to be over here on the nice, fancy strongman powerlifting platforms, the deadlift platforms. Okay, you guys can grab bumper plates from our side if you would like to. You can also use the metal kilo plates, but for sake of our fitness method athletes who may not be comfortable counting kilos yet, you can also grab bumper plates from our fitness method side. Just do please make sure that you take them back over to our side when you are finished. Our plates are also ones that are able to be dropped, so that works out a little bit better. They're able to get a little bit more wear and tear. Okay. Also with the barbell, just like with our squat rack, we had the yellow taped barbell. For deadlifts, you guys will notice, can I help you see it here a little bit better? Okay, it's gonna be the barbell with that blue tape line. This is gonna be your deadlift barbell. Again, it is also 45 pounds. So my ladies who are used to a 35-pound bar and 35-pound bar math, make sure you guys recognize that this barbell is 45 pounds, not 35. So again, being cognizant when you are on the dungeon strength training side, which barbell you are using. So we're gonna start with 4 sets of 5 reps of deadlifts. These are gonna be your traditional style deadlift, RLK, not sumo, your regular style deadlifts. So again, you're gonna set up with the barbell in contact with your body. You're gonna grip it on the outside of your shins. Your shoulders should be higher than your hips and your hips higher than your knees. My back is gonna be braced. I'm gonna have a tight core, and I'm gonna keep that barbell close to my body the entire time. Okay, my shoulders and hips are gonna rise at the same time, and then I'm gonna stand all the way up and then bring that barbell back down. Again, tracing my body the whole time. So that barbell is gonna stay in contact with my body the whole way through on this movement, all right? As you're going up, you can notice that last rep, I kind of hit my knees. Think about bringing your knees back and out of the way, and then come back down. That would be 3, 4, and 5. Thinking about keeping that back nice and tight the whole time. We don't want to round or hunch over. Thinking about keeping everything tight, everything engaged. Again, these are going to be 4 sets of 5 reps, okay? These can be touch and go. You can reset at the bottom. However, what I do not want to see is you guys resting between reps, okay? So these should be consecutive reps. You should not have to break up 4 sets of 5 deadlifts. Again, these can be on a little bit of the heavier side. You can build across every set. You can stay at the same load across every set depending on how you're feeling. From the deadlifts, you're gonna go immediately into 4 sets of 10 bent over rows. Okay, so I'll stay here for that. We can use the same barbell for that if you would like to. You can change out the load. Obviously your deadlift is gonna be heavier, so your bent over row is gonna be much, much lighter. So what we can do is you guys are gonna notice the barbell jack here. Okay, so you would bring that forward, roll your barbell into it, and then stand it up. From there, you can easily change your weights out, right? So I can take that plate off, put another plate on for that bent over row to be able to go lighter. All right, so again, to unrack it, I would bring that jack forward, barbell is gonna roll up, I'm gonna take that jack out of my way, and that is how you can change your barbell a little bit easier on this side so that you guys don't have to be using multiple barbells, okay? We wanna try to limit how much we're bringing over to this side and using. So for your bent over rows, remember how I talked about those scap rows kind of benefiting what we want with the bent over rows? This is where that comes into play. So for my bent over rows, I'm gonna grab the barbell, again, kind of right outside the shins with that grip, kind of depending on the person. From here, I'm going to bend over, keeping everything nice and straight. I'm in that tabletop position, and I'm gonna row. All right, again, thinking about squeezing my scaps, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I can bring that barbell down, okay? With these bent over rows, again, notice I did not shrug up into my shoulders on every rep. I thought about engaging my scaps, engaging my lower traps, and keeping everything nice and tight that way. All right, so again, as I'm doing my bent over row, right, I'm not squeezing up into my traps. It's gonna pull me out of the right position, right? All right, everything's down and back, and I'm squeezing. I'm thinking that same feeling I thought about in the scap row, and now I'm finishing with the arms. So those would be your 4 sets of 10 bent over rows. From your bent over rows, we're gonna go right into 4 sets of 15 rollouts. Those are gonna be with the roller or the barbell. Again, you guys are gonna go from your deadlifts and bent over rows right into 15 barbell, or you can use the roller for rollouts, okay? What the rollouts are gonna work on, it's gonna work on your core, your abs, your obliques, as well as improve your shoulder strength and stability, all right? So it's also shoulders. So this one's honestly kind of total body stability. It's gonna be light. I'm not worried at all about load on the barbell for this one. Again, you can even use the roller, which is no load if a barbell is too challenging. Okay, so you can use either or. Again, working your abs, your obliques, and improving your shoulder strength and stability. So with that, the barbell rollout. Okay, you might also want an ab mat or a mat for under your knees. This can be a little bit of an uncomfortable position for some. All right, you want your hands to be about shoulder distance apart. Okay, so for me, that's gonna be either right on the inside of the smooth part of the bar. For some, that might be just slightly out. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I wanna think also about an overgrip. Getting an overgrip on this barbell, kind of like we do in a muscle up, is gonna help you be able to stay in the right positions throughout this entire movement. So I'm in that overgrip position. I'm gonna think about throughout this entire movement, keeping my core tight. I'm gonna try to kind of stay in hollow. Again, I want my shoulders to be down and packed. I'm only gonna bring this barbell as low as my mobility allows, okay? I'm not worried about you guys getting all the way onto the floor, all right, because then we lose everything and we're not getting the effectiveness of the movement. So that would not be a good rep. Again, think about that overgrip position, core and hollow, nice and tight, bringing that out as far as your stability allows, and then coming back in. All right, make sure you guys give yourself enough space for this one, as you do have to bring this barbell out a good distance. Again, that would be 4 sets of 15 reps, or we can move to the roller. With the roller, it would be kind of the same thing. All right, I want that over grip. I want to stay in hollow. Bring that roller out. Come all the way back in. Bring that roller out. Come all the way back in. If you use the roller, again, it is still going to be 4 sets of 15 reps on that. So you guys are going to superset all 3 of those movements. So you are going to go right from your deadlifts into your bent over rows, into your rollouts. That is 1 set, and then you can rest. Yes, you can take about 20-30 seconds between movements. That's fine. We just don't want you guys sitting and resting for like 2 to 3 minutes between each of these movements, okay? So you'll do 1 set of 5 deadlifts, go right into your 10 bent over rows, right into your 15 barbell rollouts. So again, all 3 of these movements sequentially, that would be 1 set. Then you guys can rest 2 to 3 minutes, and then you'll go into your next set. So you guys have 4 sets total of all 3 of those movements. All right, fitness method athletes, your last couplet of exercises for Monday's strength training is gonna hurt a little bit. We've got an Assault Fitness assault bike, and we've got a Valor Fitness sled. All right, you know when a bike and a sled meet at a gym, it's gonna hurt, okay? So you guys are gonna go 3 sets. You're gonna start with 30 seconds on the Assault Fitness assault runner. From there, you are going to grab your sled and you're going to do a 30-meter sled push. That is gonna be from this coned off first gutter right here to my right, your left. All right, from this gutter or this line, you guys are gonna push that sled to the second gutter, all right, where I've got those orange cones right now coned off, and then you guys are gonna push it back. So that would be 30 meters. So each direction from the first gutter or first set of cones to that second gutter is 15 meters, push it back another 15, there's your 30 meters. So again, 3 sets. You're gonna go 30 seconds on the assault bike, and then 30 meters on the sled. You guys can rest as needed between sets, which is probably going to be about 2 to 3 minutes at least if you're doing this right, okay? So here we go. I'm on my Assault Fitness assault runner. I'm gonna go for 30 seconds. I'm trying to make this a sprint if I can without losing footing. There's 30 seconds. I'm gonna grab my sled and I'll immediately go into this 30-meter sled push. Turn around. Here we come back. That's 1 round. If you're not dying like that, you're not doing it right. So 3 sets, 30 seconds on the assault air bike, 30-meter sled push, 3 sets, and your strength training for the day is done. Have fun, get after it, tag us in your videos. Welcome to the month of March. Welcome to a new month, new goals. Let's get after it, guys.